Good morning, students. So we were discussing about chemical characteristics of sewage. So the next chemical characteristics is dissolved oxygen. Okay. So dissolved oxygen means it is the amount of oxygen in the dissolved state which is present in the sewage or wastewater. And but this wastewater generally does not have dissolved oxygen. But its presence in untreated wastewater indicates that the wastewater is fresh. That is, if the wastewater is fresh, there will be a small amount of dissolved oxygen. But generally, wastewater does not have dissolved oxygen. Okay. Similarly, its presence, that is the presence of dissolved oxygen in treated wastewater effluent, indicates that the considerable oxidation has been accomplished during the treatment stages. That is, after the treatment, if there is any dissolved oxygen, it indicates that oxidation process has been taken place. So there will be dissolved oxygen in that case. Okay. So the next important point is, while discharging the treated wastewater into receiving waters, that is, if we are discharging the treated wastewater into water body or any other place, it is essential that there should be at least 4 milligram per liter of dissolved oxygen present in it. Okay, that is, if we are discharging the treated wastewater into river, in that treated wastewater there should be minimum of 4 ppm of dissolved oxygen. Otherwise, it will affect the life of aquatic animals like fishes. That is, if the dissolved oxygen is less, the aquatic animal like fish, etc., are likely to be killed near the vicinity of disposal. So there should be minimum of 4 milligram per liter of dissolved oxygen if we are disposing the treated sewage into river. Okay, and the presence of dissolved oxygen in wastewater is desirable because it prevents the formation of obnoxious odors. So there should be dissolved oxygen. Okay. So this determination of dissolved oxygen also helps to find the efficiency of biological treatment. So this dissolved oxygen is very important. So the main point is that if we are discharging the treated wastewater into river stream, there should be minimum of 4 ppm or 4 milligram per liter of dissolved oxygen. Otherwise, the life of the aquatic animal will be affected. And the actual quantity of dissolved oxygen is depended by solubility of oxygen, then partial pressure of oxygen atmosphere, temperature, purity of water. Then dissolved oxygen of wastewater decreases as the temperature increases. Okay, as temperature increases, the dissolved oxygen of wastewater decreases. And the solubility of sewage in waste, that is, the dissolved oxygen content of sewage, is determined by Wingler's method. So based on the solubility of sewage in waste, we can determine the actual quantity of dissolved oxygen, and this dissolved oxygen content is determined using Wingler's method. Okay, so this is about dissolved oxygen. Next important chemical parameter is BOD, or biochemical oxygen demand. Okay, this is very important. So there are two types of organic matter. First one, biodegradable or biologically active. Next is non-biodegradable or biologically inactive. And organic matter is often assessed in terms of oxygen required to complete oxidize the organic matter into carbon dioxide, water, and other end products of oxidation. And biochemical oxygen demand is defined as the amount of oxygen required by the microorganisms to carry out decomposition of biodegradable organic matter under aerobic condition. Okay, that is BOD means it's actually the amount of oxygen required for that process, for the decomposition of biodegradable organic matter. So that amount of oxygen required for this process is known as BOD. So BOD means it's actually the amount of oxygen required for the decomposition of biodegradable organic matter under aerobic condition. Okay. And the BOD test is widely used to determine the pollution strength of domestic and industrial waste in terms of the oxygen that they will require if discharged into natural watercourse. Okay, so based on this BOD, we can determine how much amount of oxygen is required for that wastewater. And it is one of the most important tests in stream pollution control activities, BOD test. And this test is of prime importance in regulatory work and in studies designed to evaluate the purification capacity of receiving bodies of water. So in all these situations, we have to test the BOD. It is also useful in design of wastewater treatment plant and also to measure efficiency of some treatment process. So these are the main application of BOD test. And the test is of prime importance in regulatory work and in studies designed to evaluate the purification capacity of receiving bodies of water. And this BOD test is also useful in design of wastewater treatment plant, and it also measure the efficiency of some treatment process. And the organic matter present, that is usually in wastewater there will be two types of organic matter. First one is carbonaceous matter, second type nitrogenous matter. And the ultimate carbonaceous BOD of a wastewater or waste is the amount of oxygen necessary for microorganism in the sample to decompose the biodegradable carbonaceous material. That is carbonaceous BOD. Ultimate carbonaceous BOD means amount of oxygen required to decompose the biodegradable carbonaceous material. That is carbonaceous BOD. Okay, and this is the first stage of oxidation, and the corresponding BOD is known as first stage BOD. So first stage BOD means it is the amount of oxygen required to decompose the biodegradable carbonaceous material. Okay, so this is first stage of oxidation which is taking place in the wastewater, and this is known as first stage BOD. Okay. And in the second stage, the nitrogenous matter is oxidized by autotrophic bacteria, and the corresponding BOD is known as BOD or nitrification demand. BOD is known as BOD or nitrification demand. So it is second stage. In the second stage, nitrogenous matter is oxidized by autotrophic bacteria, and the corresponding BOD is known as nitrification demand or BOD. So in fact, the polluted water will continue to absorb oxygen for many months, and it is not practically feasible to determine this ultimate oxygen demand. So if we want to determine this ultimate oxygen demand, it is not possible because this process continues for so many months. So for calculating this BOD, we are selecting 5 days period. That is, the 5 days period is generally chosen for the standard BOD test, because during this 5 days the oxidation of about 60 to 70% will be completed. Okay, during 5 days oxidation of about 60 to 7% will be completed. So we are choosing 5 days as the period for calculating standard BOD test. And within 20 days period, oxidation of 95 to 99% will be completed. Okay, and a constant temperature of 20 degrees centigrade is maintained during incubation. So the BOD value of 5-day incubation period is commonly written as BOD5 or simply as BOD. So we are calculating BOD for a duration of 5 days at a standard temperature 20 degrees centigrade. Okay. Next, another reason for selecting this 5-day as a standard duration is to avoid interference of nitrification bacteria. That is, in the previous slide I have explained that first there will be carbonaceous oxidation, next nitrogenous oxidation. So this nitrification, second stage, only starts after 6th or 7th day. So if we choose 5 day, there will not be interference of nitrification bacteria. So we are choosing this 5 day as the BOD test period. Then sanitary engineers are generally interested in carbonaceous BOD only. So by selecting 5 days, we are generally get only the carbonaceous BOD. Okay, and interference of nitrification can be eliminated by pre-treatment of sample or by using inhibitory agents like methylene blue. So that is the reason why we are choosing 5 days as the BOD period, because during this 5 day only carbonaceous oxidation takes place. There will not be interference of nitrification. Okay, so we are the sanitary engineer are usually interested in carbonaceous BOD only. It is the main process which is taking place during oxidation process. So we are choosing 5 days the duration for BOD test. But nowadays BOD test is also done at 27 degree and duration of 3 days. That is BOD for 3 days at 27 degree. Here in the previous one, if we are selecting 5 day, the standard incubation temperature is 20 degree. And in nowadays we are also taking 3 day duration at a temperature of 27 degree. Okay, and it is represented as BOD 327. And the results can be obtained faster, and it is more nearer to the actual field conditions in India. So nowadays we are also choosing duration of 3 days at 27 degrees centigrade. Next, BOD test. For that, a sample is first diluted with a non-volume of specially prepared dilution water. Those first step, we have to dilute the sewage, and the dilution water contains salts and nutrients necessary for biological activity and phosphates buffer to maintain pH around 7 to 7.5. Diluted water is fully aerated. Okay, so first step is dilution of the sewage. Next, initial dissolved oxygen of the diluted sample is measured. Initial dissolved oxygen of the diluted sample is measured by any of the method like Winkler method, etc. And the diluted sample is then incubated for 5 days at 20 degrees centigrade. Okay, that is we are taking carbonaceous oxidation only, so we are choosing BOD at 5 days. So after measuring the initial dissolved oxygen of the diluted sample, it is incubated for 5 days at a temperature of 20 degrees centigrade. And after that, after the period of 5 days, the dissolved oxygen of the diluted sample is calculated. Okay, the dissolved oxygen of the diluted sample after the incubation period is found out. So the difference between the initial dissolved oxygen and the final dissolved oxygen of the diluted sample is found out. Okay, the difference between the initial dissolved oxygen value and the final dissolved oxygen value will indicate the oxygen consumed by the sewage sample in aerobic decomposition in 5 days. Okay, is it clear? That is, the difference between these two dissolved oxygen indicates it is the amount of oxygen which is consumed by that sewage for the aerobic decomposition during 5 days. Okay, so this BOD in milligram per liter or ppm is calculated by using this equation. That is, BOD is equal to dissolved oxygen consumed in the test by the diluted sample into this factor. This is known as dilution factor. So dilution factor means it is the ratio between volume of diluted sample and volume of undiluted sewage sample. Okay, that is first step. In the first step, we are diluting the sewage. So from this we can calculate the dilution factor, and this is the dilution factor. And multiplying this dilution factor with the dissolved oxygen which is consumed during that period, we will get BOD. So this is the procedure how we are calculating BOD from the BOD test. Okay, I think it's clear. So this equation is very important. BOD means it is equal to dissolved oxygen consumed in the test by the diluted sample into dilution factor, and dilution factor is equal to volume of the diluted sample divided by volume of undiluted sewage sample. Okay, so this will be clear by doing some of two problems. So the factor on the right hand side is known as dilution factor. Okay, this is known as dilution factor. For example, 1% diluted sample means 1 ml of sewage is diluted to make 100 ml of test sample. So dilution factor will be 100 by 1. Okay, that is 100 ml. Another case, if BOD bottle having 300 ml volume is used for experiment and the given volume of sample, that is sewage sample volume is 5 ml. So in that case, the dilution factor will be equal to 300 by 5. And if we are multiplying this dilution factor with the dissolved oxygen consumed by the diluted sample, we will get BOD. Okay, so this is the equipment for BOD test. We are collecting the sewage and diluting, and it is placed in this bottle and is incubated for 5 days at 20 degrees centigrade, and initial BOD and final BOD is initial dissolved oxygen and final dissolved oxygen is calculated, and difference between these two is the dissolved oxygen which is consumed during that period, and multiplying this with the dilution factor we will get BOD. Okay, so based on this we can do one problem. This type of problem is usually asked in your university exam for 5 or 6 marks. It is very simple. In every university question, this type of questions will be asked in based on BOD. So first one, if 2.5 ml of raw sewage has been diluted to 250 ml and the dissolved oxygen concentration of the diluted sample at the beginning of the BOD test was 8 mg per liter and 5 mg per liter after 5-day incubation at 20 degrees centigrade. Find the BOD of raw sewage. It's very simple. So here BOD test is conducted for 5-day incubation period 20 degrees centigrade, and the dissolved oxygen before the test and after the test is given. So by subtracting dissolved oxygen, final dissolved oxygen from the initial dissolved oxygen, we will get the dissolved oxygen which is consumed during the 5-day incubation period, and multiplying this with dilution factor we will get BOD. So dilution factor means it is equal to, what is dilution factor? Volume of sample divided by volume of sewage. Okay, that is dilution factor is equal to volume of diluted sample divided by volume of undiluted sewage sample. So here the raw sewage has to be diluted to 250 ml and sewage weight is volume is 2.5 ml. So dilution factor is 250 by 2.5 ml. Okay, so we can discuss. Volume of sewage sample is given as 2.5 ml and volume of diluted sample is 250 ml. So dilution factor is equal to 250 by 2.5, that is 100. Okay. Then next is loss of dissolved oxygen during test. That will be equal to dissolved oxygen before the test minus dissolved oxygen after testing. So dissolved oxygen before testing is given as 8 and after testing given as 5. So the difference 3 mg per liter is the loss of dissolved oxygen. So equation for BOD of sewage is equal to loss of oxygen into dilution factor. Loss of oxygen 3 mg per liter, dilution factor 100. So 300 mg per liter is the BOD of sewage. Okay, so this is the procedure. We can do one more problem. A 2% solution of sewage sample is incubated for 5 days at 20 degrees centigrade. The depletion of oxygen was found to be 4 ppm. Determine the BOD. So it's very simple. Here depletion of oxygen, that is reduction of oxygen, is directly given as 4 ppm. So multiply this 4 ppm with the dilution factor. So here 2% solution of sewage sample is given. That is 2% solution. 2% solution of sewage means dilution factor is equal to 100 divided by percentage of solution. 2% means 2 ml of sewage in 100 ml of sample. That is the meaning of dilution factor in here. If it is represented in percentage. Okay, 5% means 5 ml of sewage in 100 ml of diluted sample. So 100 by 5. So here 2%. So 100 by percentage of solution, 100 by 2, 50 is the dilution factor. And depletion of oxygen is directly given as 4 ppm. So BOD is equal to depletion of oxygen into dilution factor. 4 ppm into 50, that is 200 ppm or 200 milligram per liter is the BOD. Okay. So this is about BOD test and its calculation of BOD. So you should read this portion in your textbook. This is very important concept, BOD, and its problem is very important. Okay. So the next topic, that is derivation of BOD and equation, we'll discuss in the next video. Thank you.